Hello, BTS lovers. On a gray afternoon amidst the hustle and bustle of the conscription routine, two familiar figures in the Korean entertainment world, Kim Taehyung, V, and Jungkook, meet in a place never imagined by their fans. They, who have been known as the two BTS members who shone on the world stage, are now living a completely different life as ordinary soldiers. Behind the unexpected encounter, however, lies a story that shakes the emotions of anyone who hears it. The break in the military barracks has always been a long-awaited time for the soldiers, including Jungkook, who is now serving in the 5th Division. Meanwhile, Taehyung, who serves in the 2nd Division, happens to be in the same location due to administrative duties that require him to temporarily be in the 5th Division headquarters. No one expected that the day would be one of the most emotional moments for these two friends. When Jungkook came out of the dugout with his colleagues, he saw a familiar figure in the distance. His sharp eyes immediately caught Taehyung's seated figure, seemingly lost in thought. Jungkook, who initially wanted to say hello with his trademark laugh, actually felt that something was different. Taehyung's face looked sad, his eyes puffy, like he was holding something heavy in his heart. "Hyung," called Jungkook with a worried tone. His steps are getting closer to his best friend. Upon hearing Jungkook's voice, Taehyung turned slowly. There was no smile or joke as usual, just an expression that hinted at deep sorrow. Without a word, Taehyung suddenly stood up and hugged Jungkook tightly. The hug was not just a warm greeting from an old friend, but a hug filled with despair and fear. Jungkook was silent. He could feel Taehyung's trembling body and his heavy breathing. He knew something wasn't right. "Hyung, what's wrong? What happened?" "I'm trying to calm Taehyung." With a hoarse voice and eyes that began to get wet, Taehyung finally said, "My family, they went to the hospital. Their condition is critical." Just with those words, Jungkook immediately felt his chest tightness. He knew how close Taehyung was to his family. As a child who is known to be very loving and caring for his parents, this news is certainly a very heavy blow for Taehyung. Tears began to flow down Taehyung's cheeks, something that was very rarely seen even by those closest to him. Jungkook hugged her back, trying to give her strength amid the grief. "I'm here, Hyung. We will face this together," Jungkook said in a firm voice. Though his own heart was also broken, the other soldiers who happened to be around the location began to notice the scene. They, who may have only known Jungkook and Taehyung as K-pop stars at first, now see the other side of them, a human side full of emotion and struggle. Some of them looked moved, some even silently rubbed their eyes that were getting wet. Jungkook tries to distract Taehyung, hoping to ease his burden a little. He talked about their memories in BTS, the funny moments in the dorm, and how the other members would definitely wish Taehyung's family well. However, every time his surname is mentioned, Taehyung sinks back into his tears. "I wish I could be next to them now," Taehyung said with a tone full of regret. "But I'm stuck here, can't do anything." Jungkook held Taehyung's hand tightly. "Hyung, they know you love them. We'll find a way to get you to them as soon as possible." This story soon spread among the soldiers in the barracks. Many of them are moved to help, even though they don't really know Taehyung personally. Some of Jungkook's colleagues even volunteered to talk to their superiors, looking for a solution so that Taehyung could get special permission to visit his family at the hospital. This empathy made Jungkook even more moved. He realized that in the midst of the harshness of military life, solidarity and humanity remained highly upheld values. He thanked his colleagues who also care about his best friend. That night, after the atmosphere subsides a bit, Jungkook invites Taehyung to write a letter to his family. With his hands still trembling, Taehyung wrote down words filled with hope and love. He apologized for not being able to be by their side this time, but promised he would do whatever it takes to support them from a distance. Jungkook, on the other hand, also wrote a short letter. He wants to show his support for Taehyung's family, as well as encourage them. "Taehyung's family is my family too," she wrote. This story may be just a small snapshot of the lives of idols serving in the military, but behind it, there are valuable lessons about friendship, solidarity, and strength in the face of trials. Taehyung and Jungkook, despite being known as global superstars, are still human beings who feel love, loss, and sadness. Fans around the world who heard this story through a newsfeed leaked from military barracks immediately flooded social media with prayers and support. "Stay strong, Taehyung," one soldier wrote. Jungkook, "Thanks for being there for Taehyung," another wrote. Behind all their fame, Jungkook and Taehyung prove that their relationship is more than just co-workers in the entertainment industry. They are family, friends, and relatives who support each other, even in the darkest moments of their lives. What will happen next? Will Taehyung get permission to meet his family? Or are there other surprises waiting for them? Only time can tell, but one thing is certain. This story will continue to live in the hearts of those who love BTS. The next day, news of Taehyung's situation reaches the ears of the commander of the 2nd Division, where he is on duty. The commander, who had been amazed by Taehyung's dedication to undergoing military training despite his celebrity status, immediately called him in to speak privately. "Taehyung, I heard about your family. This must be very hard for you," said the commander sympathetically. "We will try our best to help you, but you have to be patient. The military situation has strict rules." Taehyung, initially hesitant to ask for permission, finally expresses his desire to visit his family at the hospital. He explained that his family's condition was getting worse, and he wanted to be by their side, even if only for a while. However, the process of obtaining this permission is not easy. There are lengthy procedures to go through, including approval from higher-level superiors. Taehyung can only hope and pray, while Jungkook continues to provide support from the 5th Division. Over the next few days, Jungkook showed another side of himself that is rarely seen by people outside of BTS circles. He was not only a tough soldier, but also a caring and empathetic friend. Whenever he has free time, he sends Taehyung a text through the internal military mail, making sure that his best friend knows that he is not alone. "Hyung, stay strong. I know it's hard, but you have to believe that everything will be fine. If I can do something to help you, let me know," Jungkook wrote in one of his letters. Not only that, Jungkook also secretly spoke with the commander of the 5th Division, offering to assist in anything that might expedite Taehyung's clearance process. Jungkook's courage and concern impressed many around him. Some even said that they saw Jungkook as a truly mature figure, far beyond his years. In the midst of the turmoil, Taehyung receives a letter from his family written by his younger brother. The letter was full of messages of love and support, although its content also conveyed not very encouraging news. The health of one of his family members, namely his grandmother, is declining. However, they all asked him not to worry too much and to stay focused on his military duties. "Although we want you to be here, we know that you are living a great responsibility. Don't feel guilty, Taehyung. Pray for us from there. That's enough," the letter said. Reading the letter, Taehyung cried again, but this time not only because of sadness, but also because of the love and support he felt from his family. He felt a little calmer, but his heart still hoped to be able to meet them. A few days after the letter arrived, Taehyung was called back by his commander. This time, the good news finally came. After going through various procedures and approvals, Taehyung was allowed to take emergency leave for a few days to visit his family in the hospital.